On the 21st of June, we always celebrate Father's Day. And today we are super excited to be hosting this conversation where we will be talking about fathers, responsibilities, and family. Remember, where a man is mentioned, his family must accompany him. And therefore, we want to have this conversation right here, this place, so that we can all get enlightened to know what men go through to make their family a success. Thank you and welcome. What do you think when you hear about a father in your life?
About a father?
Yes.
A father is not the person who has gave birth to him, but is a person who actually raised a person.
Right.
Like, for example, you don't need to get a father who has impregnated your mother.
Right.
But the only person who has guided you, raised you, that's a father in your life.
So I think that one you can be talking about like a father figure, if I'm not wrong then. But sometimes I also feel that these fathers a father is a person who will definitely smile before you, but deep down this guy, he's paining. He's in pain. Because these are men who always deny themselves the luxury that they deserve just to give someone else life. I don't know, in your own perspective, how much would you want your father in your life?
How much? Okay, let me say like 90%.
90%. But now, if your father avails himself 90% of his time to you, then how will you guys make it in life as a family? Because as a man, and in African setup, it is always believed that it is the responsibility of men to provide for the family. So my question remains, if your father will be there like 90% of his time to the family, then who will support the family? Who will provide for the family?
About that, it's still my father, yes, but you don't need to tell that all his time he's just working, busy at job, like busy scheduled, like tight. Sometimes you only get like, let's say, you can't work from January to January.
Right.
There's leave days, there's off. So you can't tell that even on your leave day, you are still working. So you just need that time as family.
Well, but I'm trying to look at it this way because when we look at the economy of the country right now, it has not been very well. Talk about like the fuel increase. We are talking about fuel moving all the way from maybe around 180 to about 235 shillings. That simply means that now your father has a responsibility to stretch a little bit so that he is able to accommodate all your needs. But now my question remains, if you guys want your father to be there available, let's say 24/7, trust you me, I think as a family, we might not really achieve what we need as a family. Because remember, the expenses, probably they have remained constant, but now the cost of living has really gone up. So how is a father supposed to bridge that?
Okay, in that case, we as children, we can still support our dad, you see? Even his wife, let me say my mom, she can still support her husband. Okay. But you can't tell that my dad will wake up, still go to work, support us, and we are just sleeping.
Okay.
We'll have to get more and more to at least help our dad.
But are the children doing that in the normal modern setup? Are they doing that?
Yes.
Out of 10?
Let me say 5.
5. So that is like 50%. So it means 50% of dads in this country, they are supported by their families. 50% of dads in this country, they are not supported. So how about those who are not supported? What are they supposed to do?
They just keep doing their work with...
That is interesting. And that is why we are saying, as a man, you have got a responsibility to go out there, work. And of course, don't forget to get back home, stay with your family, guide your family, and be there as a father. Because God has given us a responsibility where we are supposed to lead our families. We are the priests of our families. Let our children understand, what does my father like? What does my father dislike? What does my father expect of me? And once we have that conversation, then I think as a family, we will be achieving a common goal. Because absent father, that is a misled family. Because remember, a man is the head of the house. And therefore, you must be home, you must provide guidance, you must provide protection, and of course, you must provide for your family. So what we are discussing today, it is that as a father, as a man of the house, you need to balance between work and family. Because when you choose to be a CEO at a workplace, and you forget your responsibility as a husband, as a father, then your family will definitely collapse. So it tells me that many families that you see collapsing out there, it is because the father, the man, decided to focus 100% on building his brand, his company, his business, and he forgot another responsibility that God has given him as a father, as a priest, as a pastor of the house. And therefore, let us learn how to balance. And by the way, how do we balance between family and business as a father? What will be your perspective on that? What do you expect your father to do? As far as he's a family man, he's a husband to someone, he's a father to someone, and at the same time, he's a CEO in a business.
Okay, what I can say about this is that there's a time like, let's say December. You can't work from January to December. You see, there's a time you're always given like off. This is your leave time, go relax. So as a dad or as a guardian to me, the only thing I can say is that let's use this chance to go at least travel as a family, have fun as a family, bond. You see, that bond as a family still strong. So we can't just lose that bond because my dad is busy at work, tight scheduled, no.
I think that is a very, very good point. That as a father or as a family, you need to organize for a family vacation. Just get out of, your apartment, get out of your home and just go and have fun. Talk about Naivasha, talk about Nakuru, Amboseli, Samburu, Mombasa, Dubai, Seychelles, Mauritius, Cape Town. You can name them. As a family, you get to bond. But the question remains, how do you expect your father to afford for a vacation, at the same time provide for school fees, buy food, and yet his income has not increased?
Nice question. So it's about this. You see, from January to that December, you can at least, like, you are being paid your full monthly salary, you see. So you can't just use the whole amount for school fees, for food. There's just a little amount you can just save for like a whole year. That's a nice money, you see. From January to December, that's a good money. So at least save, like, let's say, for example, I myself with my dad. Like I said, I can just save like 1,000 from January to December. My sister the same, my brother the same, my mom also the same. Do you think that's not enough money? At least to get a nice place to go and chill with my dad, like a family bond, love. You see?
I think that is a very good plan. And that is where now the issue of a travel advisor or a travel agent comes in.
Yeah.
Whereby, like for example, for Crown Eagle Safaris, they have got these amazing offers, and they have a plan where you can pay in installments. We call it lipa mdogo mdogo bila stress. It simply means, as a father of a family, you can call your children together with their mother, and agree every month everybody has to contribute like 1,000, and then we put together, we have a 10,000 per month, and then we can send that money to Crown Eagle Safaris. And once we send that money to Crown Eagle Safaris, in about a span of 10 months, we will have about 100,000. Then with 100,000, we can get ourselves a 2-night vacation in Naivasha, go and enjoy with the family, have a conversation, bond as a family, get to learn about what your children are growing to be, what they want to be in the future, and stuff like that. Talk about the challenges as a family, what challenges you guys are going through. And I mean, that is the only way you will strengthen your family. That's how you will make your family a bond, live with the cohesion. I think that is exactly what we need to do as fathers. And therefore, don't forget about this. You might not be able to do it yourself. Because if you are to say, nitaeka pesa kwa mshwari, what about ukipigiwa simu shosho yako aliyezaa mama amekufa, utatoa pesa kwa mshwari, utaanza kupeleka huko. Lakini ukituma hiyo pesa Crown Eagle Safaris, you are safe. Ni kama kuweka pesa kwa lock saving account. Inafika hiyo wakati mnaenda mnakula raha na familia. Wacha kuteseka. Hii mwili unapigia pole hapa duniani. Mbinguni hakuna vacation. Vacation ni hapa duniani. And by the way, sasa tumeongelelea wazazi ambao wako kazi, wazazi ambao wanaweza save. But nataka na pia umeongelea something to do with about wale watu ambao wanafanya kazi, wanalipwa mshahara na wako na leave days na wako na off days. Let us talk about businessmen. Because as a businessman, there is no one who pays your salary. You pay yourself. So if you don't work, you don't earn. So what can you say about that?
That's a tricky one. Anyway, what I can say about that is, in this case, you just have to open your mind. You have a cousin, uncle, a girl who calls you auntie or uncle, a boy, like, you can just leave the business for that person to handle as you go for your vacation. But that's a bad idea.
It is not a bad idea, but again, it depends from one person to another. But the idea right here should be, as we work for this money, we are working for our families as well. So basically, this simply means, as a father, you must be willing to create time. You must be willing to sacrifice something. And therefore, you don't need to sacrifice a lot of time. Just take a 5-day off. Just take a 3 days off. Just go and relax. I understand it's very good to be busy. And as the Bible says, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. This is not a matter of being idle. It is a matter of you taking a rest. Remember, even Jesus himself on the 7th day, he took a rest. And therefore, rest, it is very good. It is advisable for us as fathers. And if we want to go far, if we want to be very productive at our place of work, to be productive in our marriages, I think what we need to do, it is to understand on how to create time, bond with the family. And by the way, if your father came to you and he cried in your presence that I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4, what will be your response as a child?
As a child, actually my best response, it will be like this: Dad, let me take you out. Let me take you on a vacation. At least to relax your mind.
How would you take me on a vacation when I've not paid school fees for your siblings?
That one, maybe I can handle it. First thing, mental health. You see? So when I take my dad to a vacation, like, Daddy, go and chillax first. Story na mambo na school fees, we know how to handle it. You see? So, first thing, Daddy, relax mind before other things. About school fees, you can just go to talk to a principal, mweleze, like, I'm not good for now, but I myself, I'll handle for our siblings. But my dad, here comes first. Mental health, ino kitu ya maana.
So, wewe ni baba, wewe ni mwanaume mahali, umekuwa ukijikufia, unaogopa kusema vile unavyofikiria, vile unapitia. I think it's a high time. As men, let us open up. Let us speak our mind. Let us talk what we're going through. Because that is what is ailing men. That is what is ailing men. And once we have this conversation with our families, trust you me, there will be no pressure, there will be no stress, and that is how tutaishi vizuri. Umesikia, our young girl in the house anasema ya kwamba you just need to open up and speak out. because vitu zingine usipoviongea lazima vitakusukuma zaidi. And therefore we need to have this conversation. Once we have this conversation, trust you me, my brother and my father, you will be safe. Utakuwa na utulivu wa moyo, utakuwa na utulivu wa akili, na utakuwa na hata uwezo wa kufanya kazi vile inavyofaa. So wacha tuinue imani na tuweze kufuatilia hii mambo, tukijua ya kwamba as fathers we have a responsibility to play. We have a role to play in both our families, in our businesses, na kila mahali ambapo tupo. Mwanaume ni mtu ambaye Mungu amempatia solution ya kila jambo, and therefore hiyo solution ikuji peke yake, inahitaji wewe kurely 100% on God, and of course involve your family in what you go through. Thank you very very much as we continue to delve into this amazing conversation revolving around fathers. And by the way, Uniquely, if I was to ask, maybe you as a person, you as an individual, have you ever gotten an opportunity to travel with your father together with your mother and your siblings? Or maybe you've seen your family friends travel together as a family, maybe to a vacation, maybe let's say to Naivasha, Nakuru, maybe out of the country. Can you just tell us something about that?
Okay, and my own perspectives is that we have traveled with our dad. Yeah, we have traveled, but the farthest we have gone is in Mombasa.
Okay.
It was nice. Like, yeah, I was just happy seeing my dad laughing. You see, like the family, we were okay. We were just happy doing things with our dad. So I can tell it was nice.
And have you had like any family member coming together and maybe organizing like a family gathering or something? Yes,
but not that much. Let me say in Eastern.
And before we roll up this conversation today, Uniquely, do you have any message to this amazing man out there, amazing father out there, who has been trying his level best to make sure his family stays intact, it stays happy, they enjoy life? What is your message for these amazing men?
This goes to all daughters, all sons, and even mothers. Let's take our dad out. Let's take any father figure in your family out. So Father's Day is around the corner. Let's lock up. Come out. At Crown Eagle Safaris, we will help you crown all your holiday with your dad, father figure, any person in your life who is a dad to you. A dad is not the only person who has raised you or who has given birth to you, but that person who always takes responsibility about you. So please come out, all daughters, sons, even mothers. Let's chill up. Show this man who actually he is in your family.
So thank you so much for watching this episode. What we are saying as men, we are not supposed to be taking our families to our villages. That is where they were born and that is where they will live. So what we need to do, it is to create time and get out of our normal routine, whereby we can just go out on vacation and just have good time. And this one can only be made possible by booking with a reliable travel agent. And in this case, we are bringing to you Crown Eagle Safaris. This is the best traveling company in the country, and it can organize for you amazing packages for families, so that you as a father, you as a husband, you can travel with your wife, you can travel with your children, you can travel with your grandchildren, and just go and enjoy a vacation to an amazing destination. As we talked about Naivasha, Nakuru, we have Masai Mara, we have Samburu, Amboseli, and of course the Kenyan coast. That is not even enough. You can still extend your vacation to Zanzibar, Mauritius, Seychelles, Dubai, Cape Town. I mean, what are you waiting for? You just need to dial this number 0724 999 508, or you can email us on sales@crowneaglesafaris.com, or you can also check us on TikTok, and we are there as Crown Eagle Safaris, and of course on Instagram and Facebook, Crown Eagle Safaris. Always, we crown your holiday. Keep it locked. Until next time, same place, we will be talking about something different, something amazing. And if you're out there, you are a dad watching this, maybe you are a son watching this, you are a daughter to this amazing man, you can call Crown Eagle Safaris today and get a very amazing special offer courtesy of Father's Day. And of course, you get amazing discounts on that. And you can even pay pole pole, and your father can travel maybe in December, maybe next year, whenever time avails. So keep it locked. At Crown Eagle Safaris, we value family, we value fathers, we value mothers, and of course, all people together. Crown Eagle Safaris, always crowning your holiday.